Mike, you know how difficult you are to buy for your birthday and Christmas and everything like that? I mean, what do you get the guy that has everything?
Oh, I am notoriously difficult to buy for. Everyone knows that. It's a well-known fact about me.
Well, it just so happens that our good friends at bleedingmarvellous.com have given us a £100 gift card to give away to our listeners.
Bleeding Marvellous offer a lot of gift ideas. Horror, sci-fi, movies, TV shows, anything culty, some truly unique. So have you been on their website, Steve?
I have. They've got gifts for every kind of person in my family, from socks to t-shirts to replica props to memorabilia. It's incredible.
I cannot get enough. In fact, just the other day, I came across something so unique and so wonderful, I think I've got to get it.
And what was it?
Do you remember that 1980s cult classic film Critters?
I do. It was a classic.
Well, they're selling a plush Critters toy. And I saw it, and immediately I thought, I've got to have it. Mainly so I could sit there in the dark, playing with my very own critter. So if you, like Steve, find it difficult to buy for the man or the woman who's got everything, check out bleedingmarvellous.com.
To give away this incredible prize, the question is, what was the first song that Dan said had been stolen on his DJing debut?
How on earth will we find the answer to that question?
If you listen back to previous episodes of this very podcast, the answer will be there for you. So, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to drop some clues on our social media and maybe even on our podcast to let you know just exactly where you can find that information.
bleedingmarvellous.com. My name is Mike Garlia.
And I'm Steve Jones.
When Steps, the Backstreet Boys and Westlife dominated the pop charts, we decided to write a script.
Based on our experiences as holiday entertainers.
It's sat in an attic for the last 16 years. How terrible is the writing? How awful will the acting be?
Only you can help us decide.
This is Bad Scripts.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bad Scripts. As you all know by now, I'm joined by the mysterious, the marvellous, the wonderful Mr. Mike Garlia. Mike, how are you?
Oh, thanks, Steve. Lovely to be back on episode 7.
It really is. So, Mike, do you want to recap us on what happened in episode 6 so that we're fully aware of where we are in the last resort?
Oh, I would absolutely love to. There is a boy band visiting in which the girls have got quite excited about and have all got themselves ready to go and see this brand new boy band. And the guys equally as interested to see what's going to go on here. So I think we got to that point where the boy band had just entered the stage and we were introduced to a few new characters. Gary and Colin, the two barmen, who, as we remember, served unquestionably the worst concoction of a drink anyone's ever asked for with a straight face, which is a martini and lemonade and a pint of cider and black, which I'm not sure, is that a popular drink now? Do people still drink cider and black these days?
I don't know. I mean, I remember a lot of people back in those days drinking snakebite and black. Do you remember that? Half a lager, half a cider and a blackcurrant?
Oh, yeah.
That was quite popular with the girls back in the day. It got you drunk. That's all that mattered.
Well, this was the decadence of the late 90s, Steve. Because before I met you, we used to go to this nightclub on a Monday night. Now, I used to go a little bit illegally, so I'd, as you would expect, at 16 years old, fake student ID. And on a Monday night, you would go out into the town for student night, and they used to host this 10 pence a pint night. 10 pence a pint. So £5 would be enough for that night. £4 to get you in, 10 and 10 pints to go in. Now the rumor was that the lager that they were serving was all like kind of the excess from the weekend and stuff like that they just all put together. And I'm sure that probably wasn't true. But the drink of the evening every Monday was a snake bite because it was strong and it was powerful and it's enough just to get you going and build up some confidence for the karaoke that happened. So,
I don't
I don't know if have you been to a 10 pence a pint night before?
10 pence a pint? Never in my life. I've been to a pound a pint. In fact, I'll tell you a story about we all know I don't drink anymore. We know the reason behind why I don't drink anymore. Anybody that's listened to the podcast before will be well aware of Sockgate. So I apologise to anybody gagging just thinking back to that. As we all know, we were holiday entertainers. What a lot of people don't know is that when we'd finished in the UK, we actually did a little bit of time abroad as well. And I did some rehearsal time over in Magaluf. And we went on a night out with all of my entertainment colleagues. We'd been rehearsing all day. We were there from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. And it was like, right, let's hit the town. And I went to a bar and they were selling triple vodka Red Bull for £1. So, of course, I took advantage. I wasn't in a good way because I'd had that much Red Bull. I was awake for the next 3 days as well. Although I've never had 10 pence a pint, I have had vodka Red Bull at £1 a pint. So it's either way, it's not good for you.
I'm imagining, Steve, that you were very shaky over the next 3 days.
It did look like I needed a padded cell at one point.
And this episode is sponsored by alcohol.
Fantastic.
Where the story left off then. So we've met some characters and there was some explanation as to who had boyfriends and who didn't. And I think we're dropping right into the middle of the show.
Interior, Mark's office. Mark is stood pacing the length of his office, speaking on the phone.
Yes, Alan. I understand how important it is to keep relations friendly. Yes. Yes, I am aware of the opportunity this may bring. It won't happen again, okay?
There is a loud crash on the wall, followed by some muffled shouting. Mark's attention is taken to this.
Of course I'm listening. They've got the towels. It was a stupid misunderstanding. Of course I'm taking this seriously.
There is another loud crash on the wall.
I'll talk to Wayne. Yes, I'll make sure.
There's yet another loud crash.
What the hell? No, not you, Alan. Yep, it's a bit busy here at the moment. Hello?
Mark slams the phone down on the desk. There is more noise from outside the room, followed by more muffled shouting. Mark opens the door and peers down the corridor. There's no one there. He walks down the corridor towards reception, and from behind him is another loud bang. Mark turns around and sees the light on in the rehearsal studio. Mark opens the door to the rehearsal. Vladimir and his family are all in there practicing a human pyramid, with the older generation at the bottom and the younger at the top. Vladimir, arm in a cast, is about to climb the pyramid, taking his place on top. Mark looks on in amazement. No problem.
Okay.
The pyramid collapses and Vlad shouts very loudly and angrily in Slovakian at his family. Mark closes the door. Interior main venue. The show is over, and at the front is the boy band sat around a table signing autographs. The line of girls waiting for signatures stretches the length of the room. In amongst them, performing crowd control, are Dan and Adam.
I'd love it. All them girls screaming at me.
Happens to me every Friday night, mate.
Right.
I thought they were crap.
Speak your mind, Dan. Don't hold back.
Well, they were shite. I don't even think they were singing.
No, they weren't. They were miming.
Aye, you could tell. Now it's special, then. We could do that easy. Some attractive women walk past with autograph books. Dan's attention is taken with them, and he follows. Ladies? Adam stands with half a smirk on his face as he ponders Dan's remark. He nods his head, spots Robin, and walks over.
I've got an idea, Robin.
Ooh, thought you'd never ask.
What if we did that? Start our own boy band?
Are you serious?
Why not? It'd be perfect.
And who would be in this boy band?
Well, me and you. And, well, it was sort of Dan's idea, so he might have to be in it as well.
Dan! Have you even seen him dance?
Come on. We can teach him, me and you. It'll be great. We can even do shows right here.
I don't know.
Look, think about it. You can do some choreography, show everyone what they're made of, and it'd be nice to prove ourselves to Wayne. Might shut him up for 5 minutes.
Me, you, and Dan. I don't know.
Oh, well, what about that new lad? Heard him singing earlier. Not bad.
You're not going to stop until I say yes, are you? Adam smiles cheekily. Oh, all right. I'll give it a go.
Yes! You won't regret it.
Adam walks into the crowd, smiling. We'll see.
There you go. Just like that, they've decided to create a boy band.
Yeah, all that attention those guys were getting, and it's made the Campcoats think maybe, just maybe, we deserve a slice of that pie.
Well, it does beg a question at this point, at this crossroad of the story. Is it that easy to create a boy band?
Well, I think it depends, doesn't it, really? You can create a boy band in 2 minutes. Whether they're any good, whether they can sing, whether they can dance, whether they can perform. You can stick a shaved monkey in a linen shirt and a pair of combat trousers. That doesn't mean he's going to be any good at dancing.
Okay. So I'm just picturing that. Okay, so right, let's
I'm thinking,
let's think about all the boy bands out there then. What is the ingredients that's needed to create a successful boy band? What do you think?
fat singer, cocky dancer, ugly one who can sing a bit. No, I'm just kidding. I think there has to be a look. Usually everyone's about a similar height. Not always. They tend to look quite inoffensive. They're good looking, but kind of in an androgynous way. Not too masculine and not too...
You know, if we're talking, E07 probably broke the trend on that one. I think they were quite menacing, weren't they, back in the day?
I think they were the exception that proved the rule, to be fair. I think they were almost a counter to that image of what the boy band should be. And they were a little bit more street, I think. They weren't your typical studio boy band. And I think that's what really worked for them and got them their audience. So, yeah.
So, all right then. Very quickly before we move on. Who would you say is the number one, not the most successful, but the number one boy band in the world, Steve? Who would you give that title to?
In terms of number one boy band, I think that's difficult to allocate to a single band. You could say who had the best songs, who were the best movers, I don't think that you can really, in terms of songwriting, I think that Mr. Barlow probably is right up there, because I think for his solo stuff and for all the things he's written for everybody else under the sun, that Gary Barlow wins it by a country mile. I think there's others out there that maybe, the NSYNCs of the world that were better dancers, the Backstreet Boys of a similar vein. So I don't think there's a perfect boy band. I think it's a taste thing,
I think that was a really coy way of me saying, Steve, who's your favourite boy band?
I don't know if I have a favourite. There are some that I really liked to listen to and to try and emulate. But obviously, you didn't tell anybody that you liked boy bands because people would just think that as a guy that wasn't the done thing in our teen years. We didn't have the confidence that we do now to be able to say I can be a heterosexual man and still enjoy the music of a boy band. But I'd say take that.
Well, I'm definitely into more hardcore stuff than that. Some bands that really influenced me were, not really boy bands per se, because we've already established that. But yeah, definitely S Club 7 and S Club Juniors were the ones that really, really inspired me.
Yeah, do you know when you listen to them now, does it bring it all back to you? I mean,
Well, I think they are the underrated greats. They will be remembered in the future as the true pioneers of 90s music and will influence many hip hop artists in the future, is what I was going to say.
interior main venue. Later that evening, Sam is wandering around the venue looking for Kelly. She spots Adam and makes a beeline for him. Oh, Adam, have you seen Kelly around here anywhere?
No, why? What's up?
Nothing really. She said she was going to the bar, and that was about half an hour ago. Exterior, back of main venue. A people carrier with blackout windows sits next to the fire exit. The side door slides open, and Kelly steps out seconds before the door slams shut and the car drives away, tooting its horn. Kelly hitches her skirt down, wipes her mouth, and walks back towards the venue. Oh dear. What were we writing? Holy moly.
Wow, that's a dichotomy of activity. Skirt down and wiping mouth.
I think what's probably happened there is they've invited her in for a glass,
a baby sham,
a fizzy pop, and she's probably had to climb across the middle seat, which is why she had to hitch her skirt down again. So I think that would probably explain where she's been up to.
Absolutely, and I think she was probably singing that loud with the boys that she probably drooled a little bit on herself.
Exterior swimming pool area. It's a few days later. Rain is lashing down, and there are a few people taking part in the water activities. Just like Kelly was.
So what kind of accent should we appoint to Pete?
You could go Welsh if you wanted to, like Pete the Dragon.
So we have to keep doing this evening when it's pissing it down.
I would say go South Wales. Go something really where it rolls off the tongue, you know?
I'm going to do my best Tom Jones impression there.
Donna and Pete are coordinating things. They look fed up and are treading water.
So we have to keep doing this even when it's pissing it down?
Yeah, as long as there's people want to play, we've got to stay. So, how are you finding your first few days?
Not too bad. Not sure about that Dan, though. He's not there. Sorry, I'll do it again. Not too bad. Not sure about that Dan, though. He's not all there, I swear it.
Oh, Dan's great. He's not as thick as everyone thinks he is, you know. Kelly walks past the pool, holding a large umbrella and a clipboard. We follow her as she makes her way speedily across the resort. Dan appears in the background and jogs to catch Kelly. He is soaking wet and his uniform sticks to him. Kelly, wait. Been looking all over for you. Kelly ignores Dan and continues walking. I was just wondering, tonight, if you're not busy...
Well, I am busy, and always will be if you're asking.
But...
Look, like I said weeks ago, it was a mistake. It should never have happened. And don't go telling anyone either.
I won't, but...
Stop stalking me, for God's sake. Get a life.
Dan stops walking and stands in the rain. Kelly walks off.
Oh, come on. What about that for bringing the Scot out?
You genuinely impressed me with that Scottish accent there, Mike.
Was that not? I've been practicing, can you tell?
You've been doing it. It's very good. I wonder if any of our Scottish listeners will want to provide any feedback on that. to us.
I've not been reading the script, but I've been listening, and I've been listening to some kind of dialect flows and stuff. In fact, this is all lies because I haven't actually done any practice whatsoever. I'm just trying to embrace the inner Scot, and I figured I would stretch myself. We've done Geordie, we've done Scottish. I might as well give Welsh a go. So Pete, in the style of Tom Jones, is what I'm going to give a good go on this one. You know, a bit of dumb. No, that's not Tom Jones at all. I can't do it in mid-speech.
Exterior swimming pool. The weather has got worse, and all the guests have left the pool. Only Pete and Donna remain.
Can we go yet?
Donna looks blankly back at Pete. Interior reception area. Wayne is sat at the reception. His feet are up on the desk. Adam and Robin enter. They seem to be looking for something. What are you looking for? Keys for the games cupboard. They're on there with all the other keys. Robin walks over to the keyboard and takes the one marked Games. Karen enters carrying a greasy brown bag. They've run out of onions.
You're right. Just say that again.
Well, don't make me laugh.
It's just the way that just appears out of nowhere. Oh, sorry.
They've run out of onions. Sodding useless them at the bloody burger bar. Wayne continues to grumble as he stands, takes the bag, and makes his way back to his office. Stopping in the doorway, he turns, looks Adam up and down. Have you ironed those trousers?
Of course I have.
Do 'em again. Wayne turns to walk away. Adam follows him and is joined by Robin.
Wayne?
What?
Well, we were wondering if we could use the rehearsal room tonight. After everyone finishes.
What time?
About midnight, when everyone's finished.
No. Wayne walks away, and at reaching his office, he looks at Adam again. Iron your trousers. Wayne enters his office and slams the door behind him.
Is it just me, or is Wayne eating in every single scene? He's eating horrible food in every scene. Is that for my own guilty pleasure? Will you give me the onion line again, please?
They've run out of onions.
I think that's for a character to have one line an entire scene. She owns it. She steals the scene for me.
Interior wardrobe. Sam is stood on a chair. Below her, Daisy is adjusting the length of her trousers. Daisy has pins in her mouth and is sewing guide stitches into the hem. Robin and Adam enter, grumbling about Wayne. I think the term you're looking for is fascist bigot.
Hey, Daisy, mind if I use the iron?
Daisy mumbles yes through a mouthful of pins, and Adam takes off his trousers. Sam looks up at the pair. Everything all right? Just Wayne being his usual self again. What are we going to do now, Adam?
We'll work something out. I can bring my stereo.
What are you two up to? Now that would be telling. I'm going to go and set up. I'll see you over there.
Okay, won't be long, mate.
Robin leaves as Adam irons his trousers.
All done?
Sam hops off the chair. Thanks, Daisy. A sigh comes from Adam. What's up?
I can never do these damn creases. They always end up, cockeyed.
Sam laughs gently. Here, let me. Sam takes the iron off Adam and presses his trousers for him. They look at each other and smile.
No.
Oh. You thought you were going to get away without Daisy speaking in that, didn't you? Because she had a mouthful of pins.
And I think the fact that I got away with just one line, just 2 words, which, again, all
that
done.
Saved you.
Adam has Sam ironing his trousers for him.
Well, he's standing there in his pants as well. So, maybe she's just hanging around to catch a glimpse of him in his Calvin Kleins. Who knows?
And do you think that? Let's be honest. That was normal back then. You would walk around with next to nothing on and not really think twice about it. You're in wardrobe. I think
You never heard of Donald Ducking?
Please explain what Donald Ducking is.
Well, think about the clothes that Donald Duck wears. He just wears a shirt. Yeah, and nothing on the bottom end at all.
Why on earth would you be out in... Why would you just wear a shirt and nothing else on? Why?
Exterior tennis court, late evening. Robin, Adam, and Pete are stood on the floodlit court, waiting for a late Dan to arrive. I bet he doesn't come. Adam gets his mobile phone out.
I'll give him a call.
No need, boys. I am here. Dan enters the court wearing extremely baggy combat trousers and a basketball t-shirt. On his head is a bandana and a baseball cap, followed by a heavy metal chain around his neck. You're late. I had to get ready. Dan, why are you wearing all that? It's the image, right? We all got to have an image. I'm the hip-hop MC, wiki, and all that. Look, if you're not going to be serious about this, I am. I had an idea.
Go on, what is it?
I thought we could all come on and do our own thing. I can do a rap.
A rap?
Yeah, check it out. Bodacious and momacious, blotacious and a sweet couracious, yeah, it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. The boys watch Dan make an idiot of himself. What scares me the most, he actually looks serious.
I'll sort it out.
So, what do you think?
Well, we can work on it, Dan. Look, let's just get started. Come on.
Robin presses play on the tape player. So they've got a tape player. We've definitely just dated this at that point. We only had a double twin deck player with record functions. Interior guest chalet. Donna is sat on the sofa and the Freaky family are gathered around her. The room is a standard chalet, but the family have brought their own tacky ornaments, most likely won on the prize bingo.
Jesus Christ. Go easy on them, for God's sake. They don't have a lot of money.
There are pictures of the family with campcoats in frames on the table. They date back several years. Mum is making a large pot of tea. Sugar? No thanks.
Do you want to see my new magic trick?
Sure. The child then proceeds to burp the alphabet. The other children laugh hysterically. Donna is shocked, disgusted, and a little unnerved, shuffling in her seat.
Pipe that in, you dirty little sod. I brought you up to have more manners than that.
The dad then proceeds to rummage around his nostrils with his dirty fingers. The mum comes to the lounge area and offers a chipped mug of tea to Donna. Bourbon biscuit? As she offers the biscuits, one of the children knocks the plate over, and they fall to the ground. Without hesitation, she picks them up with her hand, wipes them on her old stained pinny. No thanks, I'm on a diet.
Don't worry, love. Most men like a girl with a bit of meat on her. Not like them stick insects off the telly. Now you mark my words, lass. A nice big backside like yours, you'll be fighting them off soon enough.
The mum smiles in agreement and bites into her biscuit. The reason I came over was just to make sure, really, that you were certain of the songs you want for the talent night. I'm organising the CDs, and I want to be sure that, Donna checks her list. The Whitby Three had decided on a song. The dad hands Donna a piece of paper. What's that?
That's the playlist. Well, for the first half anyway.
Oh, I don't think you understand. It's one song per act, I'm afraid.
In that case, then, they'll do that Spice Girls medley. Oh, Dad, you know I hate the sodden Spice Girls.
But you look so nice in your sister's platforms.
Are you going to be running this talent night, then?
No, Me mum's coming to see me because it's my birthday, so I'll still be there cheering you all on. Sam will be presenting.
Okay, just wanted to have a word about a few things. I'll see you later.
Donna stands up. Right, I best be off. Lots more acts to see. Well, I'll tell you what, we're having a little do here in the chalet on Sunday night. Why don't you come down, love? I'll wet your whistle a bit. There'll be food and booze. I'll see what I can do. Donna gets up to leave.
Dad, do I have to be a blooming Spice Girl? You'll do as you're told, boy. Don't be such a baby.
Dad starts laughing.
Get it? Get it? Get it? I said don't be such a baby. And there's that baby Spice. That's what you are, boy. You're baby Spice.
Nobody apart from Dad laughs. The mum sees Donna out. Interior, boys' dressing room. Robin and Pete are in the dressing room getting into their uniforms. Dan comes flying out of the toilet. Someone's done a huge shit in there. I mean, it's like the size of a baby. Oh, just flush it away. Have you seen it? That log's going nowhere. You can be so common, Dan. Have a look. I don't want to. Just have a look. No. You're such a puff. Pete, you'll have a look, won't you? Kelly walks in.
What's all the noise? I can hear you from our dressing room.
Ask him. Kelly looks at Dan.
Do I have to? Apparently there's a huge feces in the toilet. A what?
Shit. I think that Slovakian bloke's done it. It's massive. Simple things, please, simple minds. Snarked Robin. Just look. They all walk into the toilet and look at the incredibly huge piece of human waste floating in the bowl.
My God.
Oh no. Ugh. Call pest control. I think it's alive.
Bloody hell.
I've tried to flush it away.
That's here for the season. Hey, it must have hurt coming out. Tudski?
What?
Well, it came from the Slovakian. It's probably called Tudski.
They all laugh and leave the toilet. Stood behind them is Vladimir. To everyone's shock and surprise, he is absolutely butt naked. Kelly, with her mouth wide open.
Oh my
God! Vladimir smiles happily. No problem. Let's recap on what we've been hearing today and what's been going on. Pete has made his presence known. He's now part of the Camp Holidays boy band, unofficial. Dan has regaled us with his rendition of some Nelly song, or
I am genuinely sitting here sweating, mate. I'm sweating. I'm not going to lie. I am after that. So much has happened in that episode.
It's crazy. I think you look at episode 1 and that took 5 podcasts to get through, and we've had 2 podcasts now of episode 2. It's been hectic. Boy bands are plenty. We've got 2 now. 1 professional, 1 maybe not quite so professional so far.
We've now addressed the Dan and Kelly situation. Now, albeit it's quite a few weeks since their encounter with each other. And we know that Dan has maybe a thing for her and she's not interested. So, she's dealing with that, not in the best way possible, but there's obviously something that's been going on there and she's just getting...
friends with benefits type situation going on. If it happened again after that first time, we don't know. Dan looks like he's genuinely interested in her, and I think maybe she's regretting the dalliance that she undertook with him.
A return from episode 1 of the Freaky Family.
Oh, they're back.
they are back. Now, we have not been kind to this family either. The way we portrayed them is... we've actually called out several times about their appearance, their look, and then you hear in the script how they respond and speak to each other.
And let's remember, this is a script, so a lot of these descriptions would be visualized. So the stuff that we're describing them wearing, they would just be wearing it, and it wouldn't be called out, and it wouldn't be someone mentioning that they looked greasy or they looked, that would just be how they were. The people that we knew that regularly went were nothing like this. Yes, there were elements of, they were very warm, welcoming. They would invite you to their chalet. They would personalize the place. But I think for comedic value, what we've done is we've turned it up to 11, much more eccentric than the people who were genuinely lovely, that would be so kind to us, purely for the sake of the script. Because I expect it would just be quite boring, really, if all we did was go and have a cup of tea with them. So there's got to be a little bit of something, a little bit of edge that makes it comical. And I think that's why we've done it.
I'm gonna come clean right now. The Turdsky situation.
Turdsky.
It really happened. This is no joke.
I know.
This really happened. So we did used to work with the circus and the circus folk. Very, very talented, very incredible people. Very little English, and there was one time we walked into the dressing room and there was a big giant turd in the toilet. And the worst thing about it, it never flushed away, and it was there for an entire season. No one wanted to go near it and no one wanted to break it, so we just made the toilet out of bounds and no one really went back in there. We named it Turdsky and it became part of our extended cast. And for anyone that was there who's listening to this, I'm sure that'll all come flooding back to you.
I think flooding's probably the wrong word to use there. Something I just wanted to address, though, is Wayne's dismissal of the boy band, not letting them use the rehearsal rooms. I mean, I know we're talking midnight, but was he ever going to let them use it, or was he just being a bit of a git? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is we didn't know what we didn't know, right? So there could be insurance reasons, there could be health and safety reasons, there could be a whole host of reasons that he doesn't want to be responsible for anyone hurting themselves while they're in that venue. He just doesn't explain himself very well.
Maybe our boy band's going to perform at the talent show. Maybe we're going to see the Freaky Family, the Whitby Three, perform for us live. I mean, things are going to get more and more high-paced and action-based.
Any highlights in this particular episode for you, Steve?
I think Dan's poor choice of clothing, with his baggy compact trousers and his baseball shirt, thinking he was Nelly or Usher or someone similar to that, probably topped it for me. What about yourself?
For me, it was one line, and one line only, which I'm hoping you will close us out with, and that was Karen.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us. Please take the time to follow, subscribe, like, and do all of the social stuff that we love to engage with you on. And we'll see you next time on Bad Scripts. They've run out of onions. Bad Scripts was written and performed by Mike Garlier and Steve Jones, a Beach Tide production.